Hello guys and girls, I'm back. My name is Lee. Welcome to you all. I'm back with a quick one. This time I'd like to do an analysis on the dollar index and Euro USD, just to demonstrate that I am also able to analyze foreign current Forex and to actually trade them. I'm sure you have known me with my US30 approach posts that I've been doing. And I do also trade Forex, especially Euro USD and cable. I look at GBP USD. Those are my pet pairs that I do trade. So without further ado, let us go into the charts. Today is the 1st of December 2021. We have lots of news lined up. Let us just quickly go to my Forex factory and look at what is lined up for the week. Starting today, we have news coming in at 3:15 my time, and we have at 4 p.m. my time with GBP news. We have at 5 p.m. my time. That should be around 10, if I'm not mistaken. 10 a.m. New York. We have the Fed Chair Powell. And as we look further into the week, we do have Thursday, we have Friday, also interesting news coming through as well, NFP. So there is a lot to look forward to this week. So let us go back to the charts. I like to start my analysis on the dollar index. And starting with the higher time frame, let us go to the monthly. What have we been doing? We are in an uppish trend on the dollar, as we can see from here. The dollar is supposedly been going uppish, and I'm actually looking at something like this. If I'm starting my analysis on the monthly, look at this candle here, guys. This candle right here, this down close candle. But before we refer to that, let us look at this down close candle here. We traded, we closed above. Let me remove it now that I've deleted. We have traded through it, and this next candle also showed a willingness to go higher. But before it did that, deep into that bullish order block, and price kept on going higher. Now let us look at this candle now, this down close candle here. Price the next month in November, price showed a willingness to go higher, and it did in fact go high. Now we have started a new month today. What are we looking at? I am looking at price to dip into this bullish order block here and do what it does thereafter, which we will assess in time. But for now, I am leaning to the downside as far as the dollar is concerned. Let me note my opening price here. The high of this candle comes in at 94561. 94561. And 4561. And 4561. That's right. So this is the high of this candle. So what I'm saying is I'm looking for price to do something like this. It's going up to dip into this candle here. Could be the high or the open or whatever the case, but dip somewhere into this candle, then we'll assess whether it will keep going higher or it will drop. That I do not know, and I do not want to try and analyze further than that. But I'm just interested in how I'm looking at price to begin this month. So now let me drop down to the weekly. Do I see anything interesting there? Still on the dollar, because that's where my analysis starts. I'm going to lay my fib here. up to here, to the high, and extend it to the right. So we have something like this. We have this swing low, we have this swing high here. I like to take this as a swing high, even though this candle hasn't closed, because actually it is the first day of the month. If I am right that this candle should close lower, this for me would then form a swing, because a swing is made up of a lower high, a lower candle, and a lower candle to the left, a lower candle to the right, and the one in the center is the swing. So I'm looking for price to dip into this one here, into this level here, into this area here, into this area here. And if you look closely, you'll see that this coincides with the opening of that down close candle that we referred to on the monthly chart. So on the weekly, I have confluence here. Price may likely drop into this, and this lines in with my fib levels, 62%, 75%, and 70.9%. So I am still looking at a bullish, at a bearish dollar. Let's drop again into, I'm going to leave this monthly candle or this monthly level on the chart. Let's drop down into the daily. On the daily, what do I see here? What do I see panning out? Immediately, my eyes are drawn to this level here. This for me constitutes draw on liquidity. Let us make sure we mark it correctly. This is the low, comes in at 95517. 95517. And this for me, I would mark it as sell size liquidity or draw on liquidity. In other words, that's where I expect price to draw to. Because you find some stops are put right below that level, so I'll normally do that when I want to say focus to this level. This is how I delineate it on my charts. Does it make sense? Is there any other confluence that I have? Let's again pull this these two, the fib. I'm going to lay it on the high, and I'm going to lay it on the low here, and then I'll extend it to the right, just like that. So again, we have a swing high with a lower up close candle and a lower candle here. Then this one, this forms the swing. With this one and that one, these three candles, they form a swing. So swing high to the swing low. Price drops into it here. Let's zoom it. Price comes into this level, the means of this candle, and rejects. Then it closes lower, obviously. It even drops as far as here, but fails to close. It comes down here and it leaves some unfinished business. That's what I would like to call it here, unfinished business. So for me, even though we are looking at an uppish candle here, overall I am bearish on the dollar. So that is my take on the dollar index. I'll delete all this unnecessary stuff. Come on now. I'll delete all this unnecessary stuff. And we can even go as far as low as the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, I don't see much here, but maybe in time. So now that having established that I'm bearish on dollar, it means on the foreign currencies, and let me look at Euro USD. Euro USD, I would be looking to take sales. Let me delete everything here because I initially marked my charts. So again, same process. On to the monthly. We are in a downtrend. So if I want to see where are we targeting, I do this from the low to the high. Just see where are we in terms of the levels that I'm looking at. So on the monthly, we have all these candles here. This is the bullish order block. This down close candles. Even though we have something like a doji here, if you look at all these three down candles, we are in a bullish order block. So price is dropped into it, 62% level. It closed above it. I'm looking at price bouncing and starting to go higher. Let us see, what do I see on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, I do not have much to talk about here. Let us go to the daily chart then. So the daily chart, we have, like I said, price is beginning to go high. And this can be confirmed also here by a breaking structure on this one. We've been going down, 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 down. Then price comes and breaks structure up here. Let's do this. Mark the high of this. So just make sure that our levels coincide. 730. Right. So if you look closely here, you will see that we just had a breaking structure right here. Price was going down, but then this shift here to me confirms that price is likely to shift. And if you look again, still on the daily chart, we do have a down close candle here in an upish structure. So this, to me, this I will mark it again. This down close candle here, this down close candle here is a bearish order block. And I'll be looking for price. This one, after having closed bullish, I'm looking for the next one to drop into this one, into this candle here. So let me remove this and put back my levels again. So let us mark certain points here. The high, the open, and the high of this candle. And then we extend it to the right. This is the level that usually I am interested in. So this is what we are seeing on the daily. Price opened here. It opened here, tried to rally, then drops into this order block here. To this order block here. So from here, I'm looking for price to find its way back and continue to where I don't know how far it will continue to. But for now, at the present moment, I'm looking at this kind of structure. So let me now remove some of the unnecessary stuff on the charts. Let's remove some of the unnecessary stuff that we have already made reference to. Now dropping into the hourly, we're now looking at, let us say now you want to take a trade. As you can see, my time is pegged to New York USD -5 because of the daylight savings. My time is pegged to New York. So this level, remember it, this shaded rectangle, it is our bullish order block or area where we wanted price to drop to. So now that price has dropped into that, so my time starts at 12 midnight. Let me mark 12 midnight New York here and make reference to a few things. So I've put 12 midnight New York on my chart now. Let us zone into it. Zoom into that time. We have price opening. I'm going to put the opening price here and extend it to say noon. So the opening here on this candle is 13318. Let's see if we are right here. 13318, and I'll mark this as OP, as an opening price. Maybe use a different color. How about we use white? That's OP, opening price, New York midnight. So if we look at what happened at New York midnight, price tried to rally, dropped, and from there it formed what I would like to believe is the low of the week. So in fact, while I'm making this analysis, let me also take a trade here. Let me take a trade. I'm going to buy this and continue with my analysis. So price opened and went higher, then dropped below this opening price here, and it did set what I would like to believe is the low of the day on this candle. Since I'm saying we are in a bullish trend, so it did set the low for me of the day, which to me would look something like this if I'm to use a familiar concept. Let me quickly do it. As we are saying, price opened here, and this is the opening price here. Then it dropped. I'm going to do this. It dropped to make to this low. Then I'm looking for price to now start pushing up. How far it will go, I do not want to presume for now. Then it should close higher. So right, so you are familiar with this: open, low, high, and close. So as I was saying, we are all familiar with what we are looking at now: open, low, high, and close. This is basically what I'm looking for, or what I'm looking at, as far as this week's. So as far as this day of trading and maybe into the next few days is concerned, that is what I'll be looking at. I'm looking at buying euro dollar as the DXY drops. So for me, how then would one take an entry into this setup? Let me remove this because this actually was just for illustrative purposes. So for me, when price goes up and comes down into this level here, if I was sitting on my charts at New York open, at London open, I would buy right as price dips into this one, into this level here, because for me that is an important level, bullish order block for buying this currency, and put my stop just below a certain level, maybe 15-20 pips. Exactly what I've done here. So I've just bought this currency. My first profit will be somewhere above here. So let me put my level right there. Where my, because also I've got equal highs up here. For me, that will mean something. I've got equal highs, 32. And I would say buy side liquidity, or draw on liquidity. So this is it, guys. This is how I'm looking at the charts, and I've just taken this trade while you watch, and I'll let it record as part of the analysis, so that we practice what we preach and not just talk. So yes, guys, I'll see you in a later review as to how this went by. For now, you take care and enjoy your trading. Ciao.